Good evening, sentient beings and non-sentient beings, if you're out there, pizza eaters and non-pizza eaters, ice cream eaters and non-ice cream eaters, and those joining us from parallel universes via the Mandela Effect. This is the Cult Chaser Monica's Ghost, and this is episode 2 of Quaxxed, propaganda for the babies. Do it for the babies. Won't you just do it for the babies? What if they die? What if they're vaccine injured? Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go on, shall we? So, Episode 2 of Quaxxed revolves around the fact that on August 29th or 30th, the Vaxxed propaganda campaign released a short, it's about 2.5 minutes long, called Black. They released this on Facebook, as far as I could tell. I took it off their Facebook. I believe we call this, what is that, it's fair use of the copyright. So if they don't like it, fuck me. I don't care. Go to hell. Anyway, I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? Oh, yes, I did. Well, what they did is they made this snazzy little 2-minute short, and it was filled with tons of fantastic research and correlating evidence of vaccine injury. Many doctors came out and finally admitted that the CDC had thrown away information that was really true and that nobody should get a vaccine ever again. No, actually, they didn't do that. What they did is they just played on your fucking emotions and didn't give a shit about nothing else. Because, you can't prove a negative, so we're just going to pound this into your emotions and make your little heart beat and get your viscerals going, right? Your viscerals. You feel all because you get your viscerals going. So basically what they did is they open up with this scene. This is a scene, I don't remember the actor's name, but he's listening in the scene to Mark Ruffalo from the movie Spotlight. For those who don't know, the movie Spotlight was made in 2015, and it was about the Boston Globe breaking open the pederast priest cover-up that the Boston Archdiocese was helping to keep up going, where they were moving the priests from place to place after they find out they were molesting children. So basically, and throughout this little 2-minute film, you have that constantly going on. You have several scenes. Basically, Mark Ruffalo is saying, while this gentleman is listening to him, it could have been you, it could have been me, it could have been any of us. This could have happened to us. We need to break this wide open. We need to make this fall. We need to take care of this. And I believe that they're doing two things here. One, of course, is the stuff I've got on the screen, which says that, they're implying science as a belief system and not actual science based on fact, and evidence. No, it's a belief system. And also I believe that they are getting to your emotions and equating the vaccine researchers as pederast priests and the vaccine proponents, which would be anywhere from the pharmaceutical company, the doctors, the other people who research vaccines, right down to the parents as a church-wide, the people who collude in the church-wide cover-up. I might even go as far to say, after having thought about it, after putting these slides together, that these people might even be considering that the parents are the pederast priests as well, which really kind of chafes my balls and gets me all rustled up. But one of the other reasons I think why they use some scenes from this movie is because there is an implication out there on the interwebs that Mark Ruffalo is anti-vaccine. Now, I cannot find a quote from him or any kind of really good, solid evidence that he has come out and said he's anti-vaccine, but he does believe in several conspiracy theories, and he's very much about social justice, very much a social justice warrior, and he is the founder of a company that strives to come up with alternative ways for alternative energy resources, alternative ways to get our energy. And he's a huge opponent of fracking. So that's the implications out there. If somebody could find a quote, that'd be great. We can add it in here in one of those little text boxes. It'll be fantastic. But that's why I think they used that movie. And then what they did is they threw in a couple other little scenes. They had like a roulette wheel with a little that was being tick, 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 supposedly, I think, but it was really bad graphic, by a syringe. They had somebody holding a baby, all kinds of weird stuff. But, since we couldn't seem to if we couldn't get your emotion in this first few seconds of this film, okay, by using the information from Spotlight and implying that the vaccine industry is a bunch of pederast priests and people who cover up pederast priests, well, then we're going to move into the conspiracy realm, because the conspiracy realm obviously is going to prove, right? It's going to prove that it's true that vaccines cause autism. Because you've got Alex Jones here, the king of American shock jock conspiracy radio. All right, and of course he has nothing to gain, right? Absolutely nothing to gain from having Andrew Wakefield on. Okay? And here this is very early on in Wakefield's career, actually, that he had Wakefield on. He's had Wakefield on very many times. A lot of times. I'm getting tired. A lot of times. And in between his nutty bullshit crap that he feeds to everybody, he will put out commercials, Alex Jones, to sell his quackery. So if anybody tells you, but the man has millions of followers, like 2 million followers, and he has nothing to gain, really? Well, he's worth like $5 million fucking goddamn dollars, and he sells this shit on the back end of his website all over the fucking goddamn place. Of course he doesn't want you to be taking your shots, because you might need instead to buy the Never Synthetic InfoWars Life BioTrue Selenemia. I told you I'm getting tired. Extracted from 100% certified organic mustard seed. It's a powerful antioxidant, supports the healthy thyroid and the immune system. I haven't wondered. I haven't heard him do a BioTrue commercial yet. But I would bet you he says that this shit detoxes people who've had vaccines. How much you want to bet that? I would bet that. I bet he has said that somewhere. If somebody could find that, we'd put that up here too. That'd be fantastic. Wouldn't that be great? It'd be hilarious. Well, then, of course, we get to about we get a little bit closer to the middle of the film. And if we haven't convinced you by showing Andrew Wakefield sitting with the nuttiest nut of America, talking about God knows what kind of, nutty squirrel turds are coming out of his ass. If we haven't convinced you by Mark Ruffalo yelling, it could have been you, it could have been me, it could have been anybody, oh my God, how are we going to do? Then we just throw up some pictures of the babies. Because we don't have any research that autism is caused by vaccines, because you can't prove a negative, right? But since you can't prove a negative, we'll just put pictures of the babies. Won't you do it for the babies? Please, for the babies. Just puke that right up there, folks. Okay? I've almost convinced myself to go back to being an anti-vaxxer because of the babies. I'm sorry, I'm okay. I'll be alright. Hang on. Okay, so if that didn't get you, okay, and if the babies didn't get you, and Mark Ruffalo yelling at this one gentleman didn't get you from a movie that has nothing to do with vaccines, and the nuttier than a squirrel turd Alex Jones talking to Mr. Wakefield didn't get you, we want to show you how cool it was that we were part of the Tribeca Film Festival for a whole 18 goddamn seconds, okay? We don't tell you that the film was pulled. We just show you Robert De Niro and the Tribeca Film Festival and get your little heart beating. Isn't that great, Robert De Niro? Robert De Niro? Oh my God, that's amazing, at the Tribeca Film Festival. Except for that they don't tell you how the film got pulled, right? And how it got pulled because many of the other filmmakers didn't want the film there showed beside their film because they didn't want something they're not grounded in science. And after De Niro pulled it, he clarified. Everybody says, "Oh, but he's an anti-vaxxer and he's being, he's been coerced into this, and he's been coerced into censorship and blah blah fucking blah." Well, first of all, it's his film festival. He wants to pull something. Fuck it, it's his. He owns it, But second of all, he clarified. Now, some people are like, "Oh, he backtracked." No, I think he clarified. He has questions. Okay, and many people that are still somewhere on the fence have questions about how side effects work, if there's been enough research on side effects, if we're going to find out something down the line that's not too good. Has there been some problems with side effects from the thimerosal, things like that? And gee whiz, when the dialogue is put out there, what happens? Well, I don't know, the vaccine community jumps up and says, well, we'll take a look at that. And if they think there's even an oomph of a chance that there might be a problem, like with thimerosal or live DTaP, what did they do? They pull it. They pull it and they fix it. But if even more research is needed, and this celebrity, at least he didn't go around claiming he knows everything about vaccines, like some of them do, but then, go find another way to find that dialogue, because this wasn't the way to do it. But I digress. The point is that this film Black tries to use this in their emotional thing. So if they don't get you with the babies, and they don't get you with the, with Mark Ruffalo screaming at everybody, and they don't get you with the nutty guy, well, we'll get you with this, right? But if this doesn't do it, okay, if this doesn't do it for you, okay, we're going to show 50 more scenes of Mark Ruffalo screaming at people, or screaming at that gentleman, telling him how, oh my God, it could have been you, it could have been me, it could have been this, it could have been that, okay? Show tons of those scenes. We're going to re-show the little roulette wheel with the little needle, tick, 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 about 20 times. Dumbest looking graphic I think I've ever seen. I should have screenshot it for you. It was hilarious. I'm going to show a few more pictures of babies, but then we're going to throw this at you. Okay, now this was kind of like in the middle almost, a little after the middle, but this was the other last real thing they did. And then it was a lot of repeated crap, because apparently the film being a minute and a half long wasn't enough. We need to add another minute to it or whatever. So we throw out the CDC whistleblower. Military vaccines causing more injuries than active duty, justice for the vets. Oh my God, look at it, it's from the web. It must be true, it's from the interwebs. So if you're really desperate and nothing else has worked, we've pulled out an actor screaming at another actor. We've pulled out a picture of Andrew Wakefield with the nuttiest man in America. We've pulled out the babies. We've pulled out the Tribeca Film Festival, link, and since all of those have been proven to be just a load of abject bullshit, we're gonna go desperate. We're gonna go big core desperate, and we're just gonna shit this one out there. Okay? We're gonna shit out this CDC whistleblower who, when you get right down to it, you find out that the motherfucker lied and omitted information. Okay? And it had to be, and not only did he, but what he based his conversations on, when he based his discussions on, when he based his whistleblowing on, was from somebody else who also then had to retract their information. It's great, and you can go to Morgan Verkamp, LLC, which is the lawyer who is retained by the lovely William Thompson. The link is down below in the box. I'm being so good about my links. I love it. You go to the link down below in the box, and you will see that there is a retraction statement. And what's really funny is the retraction statement is 2 years old. So they are using information that was retracted 2 years ago, because desperation matters. It just really does matter. So there you have it. That, my friends, was episode 2 of Quaxxed. Propaganda for the babies. Stay tuned for Quaxxed episode 3, where I'm hoping that I will be able to share some very interesting blog comments from the everyday people who lie about every fucking thing on the planet, so that they can prove that they too were vaccine injured at some point in their life. And you guys have a skippity dippity amen day.